It is very difficult to land a job as an immigrant. You face a lot of rejections and it is a very slower process. So today, let's meet Aneri Desai, a immigrant women career and business coach who helps a lot of immigrant women to land their first job. Welcome to the Researcher Mom podcast with your host Dr. Shivalee. In this episode, let Aneri teach us how you can enhance your profile, negotiate your salary, and apply to that next job. Today, I have a career coach who every mom needs to get back into the career. Welcome, Aneri Desai.
Thank you so much, Shivalee, for having me here. I have been following your work for so long, and I love everything you do for STEM mom and STEM community.
Thank you so much. So it has been a little bit of pivot from PhD applications, and now when I became a mom, then I found a gap which I related to the most. Like after my maternity break, it was difficult to navigate motherhood and career at the same pace, and that is when I tried to find role models like you, whom I can relate, and every mom could relate that. Okay, it is okay that change has happened, which is a good change in life, but still you can manage motherhood and career in the same way. It wouldn't be at the same pace, but it is okay to be slow.
It's totally okay to be slow. I think we are so hung up on society's definition of what motherhood looks like or what career looks like. I think we can pave our own path and come up with our own definition that works for us and our family.
That's true. So I have been knowing you for years now, and I have been following your work. But for the listeners, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Aneri Desai. I'm a career coach, as Shivali mentioned. I moved to United States about 10 years ago and started my corporate career in STEM. 8 years into corporate America, I realized that my true calling and my passion is actually helping people build their careers. So I pivoted or shifted my focus, and I started my own company where I coach women, especially international students, stay-at-home moms, to come back to the workforce and land the careers and jobs that they deserve. So that's a little bit about me, and I love what I do, and I can do this 24/7. But I have a little one now who depends on me, so I'm also learning to navigate successful career, business, and also motherhood.
Awesome. So now that you're wearing a lot of feathers on your hat, I want to talk about the time management, like managing business, managing your clients whom they need your support and direction. I would say at the crucial time because they are in a state where they are navigating job search, which is stressful, and then you have a demanding toddler and a little one whom you have to care and love and give time to. So how do you navigate everything?
I think I'm still learning. There are bad days, there are great days, so still learning. And my toddler is very supportive.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't mind come with me to work when there are some emergencies,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, I have an interview tomorrow. Can I talk to you ASAP? And my toddler loves coming to my office and she hangs out with my clients sometimes. So I think how I manage this is, first of all, I have a very supportive spouse.
Yeah.
So I can depend on him any day, any given time. All I need to do is coordinate our schedules and let him know that I have work emergency.
Exactly.
So very blessed with a strong support system that I can depend on anytime. And what I'm learning recently, Shivali, is ruthless priority is something we need to work on
Yeah.
as moms, as parents, because emergencies will come anytime.
Anytime. Right.
People will need you anytime. I always, before I react to something, I always take a step back and say, is this important? Is it
Mm-hmm.
time sensitive?
Yeah.
And if the request or work is time sensitive, I coordinate with my support system and see if I can squeeze that in. If it can wait till next day or next week, then I reprioritize that. So ruthless prioritization is something that has been helping me a lot. Instead of instantly reacting to
Mm-hmm.
something, taking a step back and evaluate
Yeah.
if that is really needed. If not, then toddler is the priority.
Yes, definitely. Like reflecting on each and every situation mindfully, I would say that that is the key because when we were like not mothers, we would be like go getter, and every opportunity that comes our way takes the priority. But now that we have a family and we have a toddler or a little one that needs attention, I think this is a top advice that we would like to give to every working mom listening, or even mom listening, that prioritization is the key, and letting the support system know that okay, this is the thing that I have to do, can you please take over. This communication is very much needed. And now coming to the point of support system, I wanted to know that I have seen your stories when your mom traveled from India to come and support you guys. So even similar to my situation, that my parents were here before, now my mother-in-law is here. So we work hand in hand with the village that we create, and it is okay to take support, because most of the times we feel that no, this is my responsibility and I'm solely and wholly um, in charge of whatever I do. But what do you think about the support system that needs to be created around a working mom?
Yes, I'm glad you asked this question because it has been a game changer for me in my motherhood journey. So, little backstory. Right after I delivered my daughter, I
Mm-hmm.
was diagnosed with postpartum depression.
Yeah.
That was very new concept in my family.
Yeah.
Not a lot of awareness, especially in South Asian culture.
Yeah.
So I tried to sweep it under the rug and kept going. But my medical team actually found this out and kept educating me
Mm-hmm.
that it's okay to ask for help when you are struggling through this new phase of your life. I had a very traumatic delivery experience. I had emergency C-section, so physical pain on top of and on top of that, mental health issues navigating motherhood. So I was very fragile in my
Mm-hmm.
first 3 or 4 months of motherhood
Yeah.
journey, and I was so ashamed to ask for help.
Yeah.
I kept thinking like asking for help is a sign of weakness as a
Yeah.
mom, that you brought this child, this beautiful person in this world, and now you can't take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was very hesitant to ask for help, but my medical team educated me on this situation, and I realized that I needed to ask for help. I needed additional help to keep going and build a very comfortable and healthy environment in my family. So I felt comfortable after a lot of back and forth and internal battle, but we did onboard a nanny.
Mm-hmm.
Took care of my child as I physically and mentally got
Healed.
better.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer. Once I asked for help, I saw things changing.
Right.
Uh, when I'm not feeling well, I had permission to take rest
Yeah.
because I knew I could depend on somebody to, like, as I'm right now recording this podcast with you, my husband had work today. So we dropped our daughter off to our very close friend for a
Mm-hmm.
play date and went on with her work, right? So
Yeah.
asking is totally normal. It doesn't make you weak. It is actually a very strong move that you are open to
Mm-hmm.
delegation. You are open to share the responsibility because your child deserves a healthy, happy mom. Your
That's
child
right.
doesn't deserve an overworked, sleep deprived mom who is
Yeah.
always angry, who is always anxious. So yeah, that I'm very comfortable now seeking help now that I saw how it's changing my life.
Yeah, wonderful. My husband always says that happy moms is equal to happy babies. And so building that support system and the community is really helpful, at sometimes. And that is how we are able to achieve the success that we want to, and prioritize and navigate through life. And I also want to touch base upon bringing child to work, because now that I see a lot of working moms and I talk to them, it is totally normalized that getting your child to work is. So once I was talking to my colleague and I was like, how do you manage? And she's like, get your child to work and everything is fine. And this is like now even in science we see that, like getting child to the lab, and the child plays in the office and while you do your experiments or you navigate. So the workplace also has to be flexible and integrating, and that is how we are going to achieve the so-called work-life balance, because I feel that this term should be vanished, because there is no such kind of balance. It is integrating work and
Integration.
life, right?
Absolutely. And surely I have seen in last 10 years, I have seen workplace shifting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard stories from my cousins, from my aunts, that they used to pump in
Yeah.
bathroom,
Yeah.
right? During their career or
Yep.
their professional journey. When I became mom, I had my own room at workplace, a very comfortable recliner, a
Right.
TV, a refrigerator, like all the equipment I needed to peacefully pump.
Yeah.
And nobody expected me to be on call during that time. It
Mm-hmm.
was very normal and widely like welcomed, right? So I think companies are stepping up,
Yep.
industry is shifting, and as you rightly mentioned, work life, but not work life balance, but work life integration. So I have seen my previous employer had a daycare facility
Mm-hmm.
in the office space
Yeah.
where you drop off, you can go meet your kids in your lunch break, you can hang out. So I think time like things are shifting,
Yeah.
people's perspective is changing.
That's so right. And now that, yes, a lot of change is needed, but things have been so much better than the previous ones, because the example I want to talk to about you is the Pentagon, because they have a lot of women in their companies, and they have provided the help and care that the women need. Or the mom needs, so that the company is flourishing and so the employees are, right?
My favorite change that I have noticed in industry is parental leave,
Yeah. For
even
both.
for fathers.
Yes.
Right now, I know it's taking long and it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's a battle, but I'm seeing these small changes coming to life where okay, it's not just mom's responsibility to take care of a newborn, but fathers can now take time off too, and that's creating a really good boundary and example that it's a teamwork. It's
Mm-hmm.
no longer a mom's job.
Right, right. Certainly, it is a teamwork. And so that if you want to raise a healthy and mentally stable child, both the parents should be involved in taking care of the child. And now I want to track back to your job, which you love doing, is like a career coach. So most of your clients are stay-at-home moms, or who are now getting ready to gear up and move again to the corporate world, or start applying or career change. So what are the situations that you have noticed, and what is your advice on it?
Oh, yes, this is my favorite question. Thank you for bringing this up. So, like 50% of my clients are stay-at-home moms who
Mm-hmm.
are now ready to get back to the workforce. And I'm talking about like ranging from 13 years of career break, five
Okay.
years of career break, or 2 years of career break. Like what I want to tell everybody is taking break is totally normal.
Yeah.
You do what your family needs in
Mm-hmm.
that moment. Make your own decisions rather than following somebody else's path. It requires a lot of courage to
Mm-hmm.
take a break and
Yeah.
say my child needs me right now, my
Right.
career can wait. I have seen people navigating motherhood successfully with a thriving
Yeah.
full-time job. I have seen people taking a step back and say, not now, and then enjoy their motherhood and come back to the workforce. So, the point I'm trying to discuss here is you do you.
Yeah.
There is no definition of a successful career. You pave your own path, right? So, coming back to my clients, yes, these are stay at home moms who devoted all their
Mm-hmm.
24/7 for their kids, for their families, and now things are settling down and now they want to come back to the workforce. So some of the challenges that they face is I'm not hireable, who will hire me
Yeah.
after so long, like I'm not in tune with industry, I'm not tuned with technology, who will hire me? So a lot of questions, right?
Right.
Because you could be a thriving mom at home running the show on personal front, but now you're going in corporate typing those uh, emails and navigating those meetings. So it's a big shift, it's a
Mm-hmm.
big change. And I have seen like one of my clients recently landed a job with Fortune 500 company
Mm-hmm.
after 7 years of career break.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, and her interviews, like this was her only interview that she went to, and she walked away with an offer, and she owned her this decision.
Yeah.
I took a break. This is what I did to continue learning.
Mm-hmm.
These are the technologies that I implemented as a stay-at-home mom or somebody who is managing her family's finances. So she tried to connect the dots,
Right.
how she stayed in touch with the technology and continued using that.
Yeah, this is what I want to talk about, that when mom are on break and once they start getting back into the opportunities or chasing the opportunities they want to, how they can, explain their break or make it relatable to the job market.
Absolutely. So I think everything starts with owning your decision.
Yeah.
When you are hesitant, how will world see it? That
Mm-hmm.
I took a time off, then you are not coming off as a confident candidate,
Right.
right? Let's not worry about like let's not be judgmental about our own decisions. You
Yeah.
know, there are so many people out there who took
Yeah.
break and who came back. So I want to assure everybody that coming back, it could be difficult, but it's not impossible. So what you do is start with owning your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Do not over explain in interviews.
Yeah.
Do not over explain your decision. It's not the place and time to explain your family. Like all you need to do is, I decided to take some time off to
Mm-hmm.
focus on my family. Now I am fully ready to get back to the workforce. These two lines are enough to
Yeah.
start a conversation. I don't, the more you explain, the more vulnerable you get.
That's right.
So I recommend people to just own it and try to keep it limited. You
Mm-hmm.
don't even need to say, tell them how many kids do you have or
Yeah.
how many physical or mental health issues. Why did you take break is
Yeah.
not relevant. Just say, I decided to take some time off to take care of my newborn or take care of my family, and now I'm fully ready to get back to the workforce.
That's yes, because we as women we try to over explain ourselves each and every time, and that actually makes us vulnerable. Now that I was thinking as you were speaking, yes, totally. Like keep it crisp, keep it short, and then just own your decision, and that will bring up your confidence and reflect you as a person who is ready to take on the job.
Absolutely. And rather than focusing a lot on I took a break, I took a break, I took a
Uh-huh.
break, I would love for job seekers or people to shift narrative and say, yes, I took a break, but look, this is how I continued using these technologies. Look,
Yeah.
I manage my household budget. Look, I use
Yeah.
this XYZ tool to understand the trend, spending trend, and present my findings to my spouse.
Right.
So these are some innovative ways that I teach my clients to step up and get back to the
Mm-hmm.
workforce.
Yes, that is totally needed. Now I want to talk about the mindset that is required because first, women are now ashamed and afraid that they took a break, and now it would be very difficult for them to enter the workforce back again. And second, they are hesitant to ask for help in this scenario. So, what mindset change has one to go through to make this possible?
Yes, I think I want to start with every day remind yourself when you look in the mirror, I'm enough.
Mm-hmm.
My work matters, whether it's personal front, whether it's professional front,
Yeah,
right? You can wear multiple hats. Your identity is not just tied to you being a mom or
that's
you
right.
being a lab officer. Your
Mm-hmm.
identity can change as think about what season of life you are in
Yeah,
and then step up. So if somebody is a stay-at-home mom, she's in a season of her life where her kid needs the nurturing
yeah.
or time. When you get back to the workforce, maybe you are in a season of life where now you are going to do both.
Mm-hmm.
So one is being kind to yourself. There are so many challenges when we step out of the house or even at our house, at
Yeah,
our home. There are so many challenges. Start like, please be kind to yourself.
yeah.
Give yourself permission to seek for help. as I shared a couple of stories, my own personal stories, seeking help really changed. So
Mm-hmm.
for my mental health, for my physical health, so asking for help is totally normal. And surround yourself around people who are your cheerleaders,
That's right.
who have your best interest at heart. And the minute you are in a conversation where somebody's being judgmental, somebody's questioning your life choices, withdraw yourself
Yeah.
from
Walk
that
away.
space.
Totally. Yeah.
Walk away, draw boundaries.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be in a situation where you have to explain people
Mm-hmm.
why you did what you did.
Yeah.
And coming back to the workforce, I think what I would suggest is join communities, work with a professional who is specialized in helping people get back to the workforce. There are so many free communities like Mom Project. There are
Mm-hmm.
Facebook communities, mom communities, where you can go and hang out with like-minded
Yeah.
people. And my biggest takeaway would be find someone who is few steps ahead of you in this journey.
Yes. Yeah.
Somebody who got back to workforce after a break last year.
Yeah.
They have paved the path. All you need to do is approach them and ask them, how did you land your job after 7 years of career break? And what they'll share might significantly
Mm-hmm.
impact your journey.
That is certainly important because having this informational interviews, it gives you a confidence boost in yourself, and then you all also have like a role model, right? If she can do it, then even I can do it, and I could achieve the career that I want after a break. And this is like we have to normalize the fact that you have to overcome the limiting beliefs and the mindset first on your own, and then the world is always ready to help. And once this mindset change, you will find people that come in your journey and are willing to help you. You would like you remember the time when we both actually were not in the good mental state, and then when our mindset shifted, we found a lot of good people around us. We found a community around us, like Prasha and like Upasna. So having these peoples, even if they are virtual, like I haven't met you in person like ever, and but I still relate and connect to you. So these connections are very important when you need that push.
Absolutely. I can't emphasize enough the power of community
Yeah.
and actually having those relatable role models
Okay.
because they show us it's possible,
Yeah.
right? It gives us permission to dream. It gives us permission to take that next leap of faith, right? So I think so many of these is internal battle, Shivali. Am
Mm-hmm.
I doing the right thing? Am I being a bad mom because I'm leaving my kid at daycare and going to
Yeah.
work? But I think before you even jump in the job market, you have a bigger battle to fight, which is your internal battle,
Right.
right? And the so much guilt associated with getting back to the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of that comes from culture also.
That's so true.
The family we grew up in or the culture we were part of. So I would say you do you and fight that battle internally, no matter how hard it feels. But that's the battle we need to fight internally before we put ourselves out there. Because if you are not sure about our actions, that will show in interview, that will show
Yeah.
in every interaction at work as well.
Yes. Yes. And people will catch you that you're not that confident. So, Aneri, I want to ask you, yes, we all talk a lot about that you have to work on yourself, but what is the first step to do that? Like, because sometimes we are in a situation that we just need that one push or one action, then all the things can fall into place. But what is that first action? What you would suggest?
Yes, I think, as I said, giving you permission
Uh-huh.
do something in addition to being a mom. It
Yeah.
doesn't make you look like a bad mom. It doesn't make you bad person. So I think the first step would be acceptance. Yes, things have changed now. I used to work 50 hours a week. I used to get promoted every year when I was single or when I didn't have kid. But
Yeah.
now I have additional responsibility that I'm so eager to work on. So I think everything starts with giving yourself permission that you rightly mentioned, Shivali, in the beginning of our conversation, that the career trajectory or the speed or the growth
Mm-hmm.
rate might not be exactly how it used to
Yeah.
be before being a mom, but it's there.
Yes.
So Start with acceptance of the situation, giving yourself permission to step up and do something else as well. That would be the first step. And second step, I want every mom to write down
Mm-hmm.
their accomplishments,
Yeah.
professional accomplishments, personal accomplishments. Like create a brag sheet. Like
Yeah.
when I was getting ready to get back to the workforce after a break, like my confidence level was so low
Mm-hmm.
because I had been out of touch for
Yeah.
3 months, 4 months. So what I did, I one night I sat and I just wrote the projects I led, the revenue I generated, the time I saved for my company. So I wrote down my significant accomplishments that really overnight boosted my confidence that, oh, it's just a short break that I took. And yeah, this is still me. This is still the person going back to the workforce. So be your own cheerleader before you
That's right.
expect somebody else to hype you up.
That's so true. And I would also like to add on, like, look at the bigger picture. Like, look at 5 years from today. Will this 3 months really matter? Or will this like 1 year really matter in 5 months? So looking at the bigger picture always helps us and motivates us to keep going. Means this is what my husband gave me the advice, like, look at the bigger picture. Like, it will not matter. Like, this day wouldn't matter in 5 years or 10 years in your career. Like, one failed experiment is okay. Like, one meeting if you skip and one meeting if you don't perform, it is okay. Like, look at the bigger picture and move ahead.
Yeah, and in addition to what you just said, I think you need to find your why.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you returning to the workforce?
Yeah.
What is that why? And my why was my daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't want my daughter to grow up and tell her friends that my mom sacrificed a lot for me and she sacrificed her career to take care
Right.
of me. I want to show my daughters that it's possible to
Mm-hmm.
have.
Yeah. Lead by example. Like, yes, because it changes the narrative in the child's mind as well. Like, if you see a working mom, then you would grow and inspire all the working moms in your life, or you would grow and encourage the people around you. So it changes the narrative completely. So we have packed a lot of nuggets in this episode of time management, support system, mindset that is needed. Now, coming to the end of the show, I want to play a little bit of rapid fire with you. So, is it tea or coffee to kickstart your day?
Coffee.
Okay. I was expecting tea, but okay.
I would actually change my answer now that you said it. I think it's neither tea nor coffee. I like coffee flavored protein shake. That's how
Okay.
I start my day. And I have never been a coffee or tea person, but I love the coffee flavored protein shake.
Okay. So, what is the most used emoji on your phone?
Heart.
Yes, to s- say have like a supportive community kind of thing. So, is it ebook or physical book for bedtime stories and for you?
Physical book. I love the touch of the
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
and just the feeling that comes with just flipping the pages.
Wonderful. So, night owl or early bird to kickstart or get things done?
Early bird.
Yes. So, if you would have a superpower, what would it be?
Eating whatever I can and not eating whatever I can and not gain weight. That would be my superpower.
Yes, yes, that would be mine also because yeah, big foodies here. Perfect. Thank you so much, Aneri. It was a very mindful episode, I would say, that helping all the working moms or the moms who want to get back into the force. Like, you have to listen to this episode and inculcate all the small things that we all shared. I think this will boost your confidence altogether.
Thank you so much for having me, Shivali. I just want to wrap up our conversation saying it's okay to be a stay-at-home mom, or it's okay to have both career
Yeah.
and be a mom. Let's not put ourselves in a box.
Yeah.
Whatever you choose, the bottom line is you need to be happy and comfortable about your choice.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether you are a full-time mom or you go out and work, both are okay.
Yeah.
Just do what your family and your heart desires.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aneri, for your time and all the advices.
Thank you so much for having me, Shivali. It was lovely chatting with you.